the likelihood of an attack on either a uniformed police officer or a family of a police officer is likely.
Dorner's revenge killings are in response to his termination. His threats also appear rooted in racism. The LAPD now plans to look into Dorner's firing and his allegations. In his rambling online manifesto, Dorner mentions the brutal police beating of Rodney King back in 1991. A group of officers was caught on video kicking and beating King. Their acquittals in the case led to a week of deadly race riots in LA. Dorner writes online that one officer caught on the video kicking King is now a captain with the LAPD. Dorner asks, do you trust him to enforce department policy and investigate use of force investigations on arrestees by his officers?
Dorner's allegations are about a police department that doesn't treat African Americans fairly. And I don't think that's true. And I want to make sure that we don't lose that precious ground we've gained because of these allegations. And that's the totality of the reason that I will look at this investigation again.
In his manifesto, Dorner also writes about hearing white officers use the N-word to describe black officers. When he told them to stop, he says, they refused. And he makes this threat: those Caucasian officers who join South Bureau divisions with the sole intent to victimize minorities who are uneducated and unaware of criminal law, civil law, and civil rights, you are a high-value target. Adding, I am here to change and make policy. I am here to correct and calibrate your moral compasses to true north. Erwin Chemerinsky is a law professor at the University of California, Irvine. He has written a report on abuses at the Los Angeles Police Department.
There's been tremendous improvements over recent years. Of course, it'd be naive and mistaken to say that racism is a thing of the past in any police department, or for that matter, in any institution.
Charges of racism within the LAPD certainly aren't new. Back in 1991, 4 months after the beating of Rodney King, an independent commission found that minority officers are often targets of racial slurs, and the LAPD tolerates racism among officers. The commission even called for the replacement of then-Chief Daryl Gates. Former LAPD Chief Bill Bratton told the New York Times regarding Dorner, it would be a shame if he was able to rally to his cause people who remember the bad old days of the LAPD.
Well, Randy Kay joins me now. Randy's live at police headquarters at for the LAPD. How much of a threat, do authorities still think he is? We heard from the chief saying that every day he's not there, the threat increases. Is that generally the feeling?
I think so, Anderson. Certainly a great threat is what they believe, so much so that the daily schedule for the chief of police here at the LAPD, Charlie Beck, that daily schedule is no longer being made public. It used to be given out to the media. We were able to know his whereabouts. Now his whereabouts are unknown. This is also very telling. There are reports tonight that the LAPD police captain who oversaw the hearing that ended in Dorner's termination back in 2008 hasn't left his house, Anderson, since this manhunt began. He has a wife and 6 children, hasn't left his home. Now, that's important to note because one of Dorner's alleged victims was the daughter of the police officer who represented Dorner at that same hearing. So if he is going after people and is going after people related to that hearing, then it's pretty smart then for that police captain to stay inside. And I also should point out there are 50 families under protection right now, Anderson, related to this case around the LA area.
Yeah, Randy, appreciate the update. Thanks. Joining me now is John Miller, who worked in